PA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Gator.
57, come on. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4.
X3, 218, chop it. Hey, seam 6, seam 6. Hit it.
They look to throw. It's locked. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Onwuasor. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Eluding the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. He hurdles him.
Should get a gold medal for that one.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Ready?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen.
Ready?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Lock. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lock now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Lock gonna throw. Screen pass to Lindsay. Muscling free near the 40. 23 yards the pickup there. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season-open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a long night.
Break.
Mike 57. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
Shoot.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Can we get some forensics done here? Because I need to figure out.
What, on that ball?
Yeah, on the ball, on the guys carrying the ball. What's going on? Back-to-back drives, back-to-back fumbles. That just doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you're coming out here to play in the NFL.
I don't think the coaching staff thinks it makes a whole lot of sense either.
No, maybe there'll be changes, but if nothing else, there will be a few stern talking tos, that's for sure.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Second and 5.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Phillip Lindsey, 34 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So they went to the ground game on 3rd, hoping to pick up the first. They also picked up a touchdown.
Offensive linemen so used in this situation to having to pass block. All right, you're looking at what it is, 3rd down. They don't care that it's 3rd and whatever. They figure they're going to throw the ball. And when you call running play, I think you energize them. I think you juice them up because I haven't met offensive linemen yet that likes to pass block more than they like to run block. And they opened up some nice holes there for him, and he took it to the house.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit the sack to Von Miller. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point from McManus is good, and it's now 14-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams split plays.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Todd Davis. And the return will stop right around the 25. Thomas, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Ready. 18 Gator.
I'm here on the right. Watch tight. Tight end right. Out. 3 down.
and 2. Lock's going to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've got nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
That's trash. That's trash.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. Well, they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. Lock now. 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. Lock's throw caught by Sutton. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a 1st.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. Yeah, all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Broncos push further out in front. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
McManus's point after is good. And the route is on here in this 1st half. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
To throw again on second down, Jackson. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson, buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. The escapability in evidence there, as that one good for 15 and a first. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Jackson now off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Off the bootleg, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. He'll try and run it, and he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, as the first half is winding down, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. Oh, the Ravens say they have it. They do have it. Great job by the kick team there to get the football, but also don't forget about the man that started it, the lonesome kicker himself.
I love that you brought him into it, because he doesn't get nearly the attention he deserves. Oftentimes it's only when it's negative. In this case, he created a positive play for his team.
And this is going to be intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer.
They run from the pistol with Ingram, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. On 2nd and 12, Jackson. Thomas has got it, complete. 22 yards there, a first down.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. But it looked like a Raven was able to get in there, and they will indeed keep the possession. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jackson flushed out right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? They'll look to run with Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Here's Jackson to throw, and he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens cut into that lead. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way home. They just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do. It's just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A very solid gain of 27. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Rolling to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Here's Jackson off the bootleg, sliding out of the pocket. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter of play. Welcome back now to Denver. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. To throw is Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Von Miller, his second sack of the night. They're going on fourth down. It's Jackson. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Throwing again on second down. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Nick Boyle there to make the grab. And the Ravens get a bit closer. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
It's second and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Hey, Delta.
57. Mike, 57. Hey, get in the weight room. Let's go.
Now Locke throwing on second down. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
He'll get this one to Patrick, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, orbit.
48 Mike. 48 Mike.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton, 69 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. Last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Down under 2 minutes to go. in this football game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson now, dancing to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Now it's Jackson, forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from early.